And again, it really depends on how this Monkey King is unfolding in VP's lineup. Team Spirit clearly think that Monkey King will just be the mid lane. They're banning out these big carries, especially with the Ursa. You don't really want to kind of run into the PL, the Brave Kings. He's more annoying to deal with carries.
Are you okay playing Monkey King into Void Spirit? That matchup is...
Monkey likes it. Monkey likes it a lot.
10 seconds remaining.
I think one downside of Monkey this game, though, is there's a ton of magic burst on the Spirit side. So I feel like the way you beat Monkey is you just do like 1 or 2 rotations between like 8 and 15 minutes, and you just like put so much damage on him that he can't respond correctly. Like there's just nothing you can do. You just die. So no matter where he goes, I think he's got to be a little careful about the rotation.
I think the key thing here for Spirit, they have to make sure that their execution is really on point, because Void Spirit and Ursa are heroes that like to get deep into the fight, and Oracle Rubik, obviously they play further back, and there isn't that hero that kind of plays in the middle ground where they're kind of enabling the guys jumping and protecting those on the back. And that's where heroes like Monkey King, Windrunner, and Mars can suddenly get into that divide and blow up the Oracle. Like, this is a great Oracle game. They need to make sure they cover him well within the team play, like they did in that first game.
That's true. Definitely makes Mars initiation like a huge deal, right? Like if you go on any cores and the Oracle's not there, it's not going to be good. You're not going to be able to catch both, unlikely. So, wow, a Centaur. Okay,
I see this.
Don't see that often.
No.
I think Virtus Pro, I was going to mention, like their lack of burst damage is very, like, it's an issue right now. And I think that's why the Oracle I was holding in such high regard. Now Centaur as well. I like the tanking.
Don't you just put Monkey top? And last pick of mid now, knowing the matchups to Void Spirit? I feel like it just became a Dream Death Prophet game.
I think Centaur Rubik, though, that's, it is banned. In that Centaur Rubik, that pairing will be able to somewhat deal with the Monkey King to some effect. The damage mitigation from Rubik, the innate tankiness, the Vanguard purchase for the Centaur.
Oh, you could just...
I don't mind it.
Too. I mean,
yeah.
Any sort of just mid... SF. SF!
All right,
how could I forget?
We had enough for now. You can move over to your casting.
You're gone now, Kyle. Shoo shoo.
You mentioned your SF. That is, you know...
To be clear, because you can't see him, Kyle is moving from the panel to the casting desk. We are not literally just getting him out because of an SF prediction.
No, but he is out. So, and it was because of it. No.
But if it is an SF pick, I will be doing the casting. Therefore, no one actually wants this prediction to be correct.
Burge, what do you reckon for this last? What kind of boxes does it need to tick?
They are going to have some issues killing the Centaur. Yeah, having more single target damage was nice because Windrange is a support. That should lane fine against Centaur. It's not that dangerous unless there's rotations, so they can like leave him independent after the laning stage and then just try to outfarm your opponents.
And the key thing is, Virtus Pro, they identified that they need to be able to kill the backlines, and that was the key issue, again, in Game 1. So that's their adaptation coming into this game. They now have an easy way to, if they have the vision, they should be able to instant kill Oracle, and then play the game from there.
Purge, final thoughts here. There will be a Game 3, or there won't be a Game?
I think there's going to be Game 3. BP seems to be the stronger team. I like their heroes a lot better. They're much better at ganking. If Save plays the Wind Ranger well, I don't have any problems with Wind Ranger, but I'm still a little unsure about Centaur as a core. I think Mars is just like a far and away better version of kind of what Centaur offers, so I think BP should win this.
All right, fair enough. Thank you very much. We'll come back to you at the end of the game. T, final thoughts here.
I think Virtus Pro lost the first game because of overconfidence. I believe that they should have reeled that in, and they should be good going into this game. They have a nicer looking draft, but after Team Spirit kind of identified unique ways to win a game, I really hope they have this confidence themselves now that can push them to really pressure VP once again, and hopefully we get to see VP bleed and lose a series. I want to see a 2-0. I want to see VP actually struggle a little bit more in this group stage.
All right, let's find out if Team Spirit can make that happen. We're heading over to our commentary duo of OD Pixel and Kyle for game number 2.
Thank you very much, GVS Game 2, VP versus Spirit. And Kyle, what are your sort of thoughts now that you have seen that last pick coming into this one? You did like what VP were doing last game round. They had strong lanes. They obviously went on to lose the game, but it was a strong start. Are we going to see that again here from VP?
I think so. I think so. Although, I will say I kind of like the Centaur after seeing the PA come out because, you know, in theory, it's a nice matchup against the Ursa, but I don't think that top lane is as easy as it was for them with that CK. So, Collapse, hopefully we'll have a better game. You know, his Bloodseeker, it wasn't like it was a terrible game, but he did start 0-4-0. He wasn't having fun.
Yeah, it was a hard start for Collapse up top. Definitely, yeah. keep eyes on, seeing if he's able to get a bit of a cleaner beginning this time round. But it did end up mattering that last game.
Main thing is just Poshka's Oracle won't fight as influential. Puck and Morph just get hard saved by you, whereas I think Sid just doesn't play around quite as well. But we'll see. This mid matchup is going to be the one I'm watching. Toronto, Tokyo, and the Void Spirit against them. Should be Monkey King favorite, but it can go both ways. Well, it doesn't really go both ways. But the Void Spirit can make plays if you get a couple good remedies.
And again, to sort of go back to talk about it again, the save win ranger. I mean, do you like this now that you've seen everything come out this game, or do you think he's going to have a hard time pulling off some of this support win ranger, which of course is a bit of a speciality, not something that we see all the teams doing?
It's pretty much in that Willow category, right? Just sort of off metaphors that really just do the same sort of thing, like high damage in the laning phase, pretty annoying to deal with. Nice block there, but but yeah, it's quite nice against Ursa as well, and even these supports, because you can solo support, and the stun duration is quite nice. You just have to hit the shackle. That's really what it comes down to. So, like my brother always used to say when we were picking him Earth Spirit early, it's like, I love this hero, but every once in a day, you're going to miss a rock. Back when Kick Rock used to stun. And you might miss a roll. And sometimes it's nice just to have a hero that always hits its spells.
We'll have to see his saves on his A game this game to land those clutch skills.
Huge wave middle. DPK be able to apply a little bit of pressure here.
So yes, Toronto Tokyo is able to pick up underneath the tower. Okay, just the edge of it there with those denies, getting the range creep as well.
Yeah, mid is honestly already a disaster.
But this is sort of expected between the heroes. The Monkey King, he's against a melee hero. He's going to have that. Sort of,
yeah, he actually misblocked because he allowed his archer up in front. If you're going to play this lane as the Void Spirit, you need to kind of do it as a Puck would do against TA. Pressure the lane, push it in early. Instead, GPK got the double wave, so he's able to deny under tower, and now he has hill control plus a level advantage. It is just the grimmest situation Toronto Tokyo right now.
Does this get any better for the Void Spirit?
Oh, no.
This is sort of the lane.
Oh, no, he's hard lost the lane, just already. I mean, it's 11-6 versus 3-1.
Yeah,
this is a disaster.
I mean, you sort of obviously at this stage, you identify that your mid's going to struggle this game as a team. What do you do about this in terms of overall
That's
game?
the problem. You have Oracle Rubik. You don't do anything.
No.
The draft last game for Spirit won because they had this wild power spike with a massive amount of magical burst. You don't have that here. Nice Shack. In fact, you're just losing all your lanes, much like the previous game. But when do you just become unstoppable, right? Like, what item timing just straight up wins the game? I don't see it here.
We'll see if they're able to trip up GPK at all. As this is going to be one ferocious Monkey King coming out of the laning stage, and one rather underwhelming Void Spirit. This continues at this rate, 18-9 against the 7-for-1, and just an incredible rate of farm for this Monkey King. And such a lack of it for the Void Spirit.
He even buys the Orb. Yeah, he'll go for the Orb of Corruption, build just far ahead. Toronto Tokyo finally getting his bottle up. Rune control going to be key. Mirror's going to have to check top. Like, you don't get a rune here. Grimmer. And honestly, bottom is just, this is nuts. Toro getting owned. The Wind Ranger factor, really.
I mean, it is like
Lightstone.
But I guess at the same time that what Mars is one of the better offlaners to be into an Ursa in the laning stage.
It was a good point from T. Like, why do you use all these bans on offlaners? Now there's just a Mars. Like, VP's still fine with this. It's one of the DM's better heroes. Rune spawn, bottom, Toronto Tokyo, no chance of going.
Dire structures are fortified.
And look at the glyph. Oh god, he has to step away.
I think if anything, it's a good job for Toronto Tokyo that rune isn't a powerful one, because if GPK was able to get his hands on it, but that mid lane's only going to get even worse. As if it couldn't get any worse anyway. Yeah, it's 28-12 against the 10-for-1. Definitely one of the most one-sided outcomes we've seen of a laning stage.
It reminds me of the VP of old. You know, a lot of times, if you recall, just, you know, the Tinies, the Kunkas, lifestealers for Ramses, they would just abuse these lanes. And this was back when, you know, denies were just even more powerful. You get the gold bonus, so much XP denied, so that when you win 3 lanes, it's part of the reason it's so effective.
Lovely. Good old Monkey King. I mean, it's got to feel good now. GPK is going to be pretty comfortable. You know, when you do get that lane matchup and you're able to have this sort of a start, this is the reason why you pick this hero. This is the dream hit for the Monkey King mid.
Yep. Now, the advantage isn't really reflected in the gold yet, but it's the XP. 100 more XP per minute for the Monkey King. And the Mars 60 ahead Centaur. It's only going to get... Yeah, you need Toronto Turkey to start rotating. We've seen this from mid 1 a lot, back when he was playing for Secret. Sometimes you're playing the Spirit, you just get outlaned, that happens. Get a rune, start making plays. It's really your own open.
Bottom, trying to get onto DM, but just sort of save Shackles, just stopping any attempt from Yatoro to get aggressive onto the Mars once DM throwing his spells out.
It's so annoying to play on it. Like, they have the CM aura too, so spells can be spammed.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Your lamp does not skewer.
GPK, he's going in, he's popping the Wukongs. And he's not going to quite... Oh, he is going to get it. Kingslayer. He's able to finish it off.
Radiant's middle tower
diving in there.
attack.
That's mid tower too, guys.
6 minutes in, the tower is being taken out.
And this is the first 2 Void Spirit,
Radiant's
followed up by a first 2 Monkey King. I mean, you had to know this was a possibility on Team Spirit. Toronto Tokyo, he just didn't fear the matchup as much as it appears he should have.
Yeah, I guess is this just sort of down to the fact that perhaps Spirit, they just not have the ability to run this hero in a different position? They don't do that as a squad, these players?
Sure, but this is... When we saw this in a series VP played a couple of weeks ago, the GBK Monkey King straight up dominant. This is one of the best players in CIS. One of the more highly recruited players like in CIS history. Everybody wants this kid. Now this is a big part of the reason why. Just utterly dominant. Nearly doubling up his opponent's net worth, and now, as much as like he did a couple weeks ago, it's time to start rotating around.
If they can catch Collapse off guard, as Slayer trying to lead in, but Collapse and Mirror, the safe distance. She looked like this move's going to really pay off. I mean, GPK making that rotation, all he gets really out of it is a small camp.
Reserve reward, though. Slayer there. He had a feeling it must have been something.
That bottom DM. Looking to take down Maposhka, the stick charges. That's enough to keep Maposhka safe. They're just going to come with extra TPs down here to try and turn this around. As Yatoro, he's moving into DM. Good shackle from Sage will lock down the bear, but it isn't enough to save the Mars. Spirit will take DM out of the bottom lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, able to kite out the hoof stomp. Collapse just doesn't have any options to get out of this. Making sure that he gets the kill as well, GPK. He knows he's the king right now.
This is a clinic. Still not out of it by any means. The gold advantage is still relatively negligible. It's just that mid tower dying so early always freaked you out, right? I think teams have about 80% win rate when you have the mid before the enemy, let alone when it's this early. Orb of Corruption now on the Monkey King, and they're just going to chase right after Mirror.
Yep, they've got the opening. Mirror is going to try and run. Oh, they're speedy. And one more hit, they'll have him. GPK also getting the benefit of building up that Jingu. So might be able to do something with that. Down bottom though, the Team Spirit are doing a good job of continuing to get Yatoro some good early action. Yatoro 2-0-1. His farm's still very much in a good place in the safe lane.
We'll see. Ursa, he's going to go with the Battle Fury. Yep, to be expected. Went to phase first, which I agree with. He's got to stay combative in this lane. Sometimes you'll see players sticking to brown boots for a little too long and all-inning for that Battle Fury, which would have unable to compete with this strong Mars. But here comes the smoke. They want to deal with this Ursa ASAP. Goons are incoming. Arena's up.
Radiant are scanning.
That was a kill if he moved a little too.
That's dying things. And they've got everything thrown down onto Yatoro. And they'll straight away move over from the posture as well. VP starting to really get the action going here with the power of GPK's Monkey King, moving them around the map, and they just have perfect setup and ways to enable him with so much control. And with these towers, it's just going to be such a fast timings on this Monkey King, going for this full fight build, this Turbo Corrosion into Desolator. It's going to be so hard for Spirit's heroes to deal with. This amount of physical damage coming out this early.
Yep, that's the perfect way really to execute a gank into tower. Bring more than enough heroes. Something I remember Fly lecturing us about was how you lost a lot of games trying to defend tier 1 safe lane when you couldn't. And that was a scenario because they brought so many heroes that any teleports pretty much just lead to their death as well. And it's an easy 2 for 0 plus tower. Yeah, you trade the top safe lane, but you don't really mind because you got kills out of it. The Roche play is not just Spirit, but risky.
This is a smart way to use those respawns. Come straight out onto the map, go immediately for Roche. And it looks like
that courier.
They're going to be able to find this in time. VP's not going to be able to do anything about this one.
They saw the courier flying towards the Roche pit, but they're not going to scout it out.
So
quite lucky.
Very nice move as a Spirit. Making the most of dying down bottom, using that chance to get back on the map and make a move that VP is not quite prepared to stop.
Now it looks like Tokyo will be the target. These two Astrals though, and a DD. Bit of carefully for PA.
And he's poking back a bit. Nightfall, they've got him controlled and they've taken him out.
Poshka, that would have been such a sick save.
Just so much damage here that the Frostbite alone was enough to disable him long enough for them to kill him, even though he had steps and Dissimulates left. He just couldn't get any of them off.
So it's pretty much a repeat of the previous game. VP jump out to this early lead. They win all 3 lanes. Difference is this time Virtus Pro a lot easier to find kills.
Yeah.
They realized the mistakes of the previous game. A Wind Ranger Mars in the off lane will have a significantly easier time finding slays in comparison to a Willow and a Timbersaw. Yule's soon to be completed on DM. They just have so many damn stuns. The PA as well can stay very active.
And also, last game we saw Spirit have this lineup that allowed for this sort of, a very niche approach of just going full in on burst, 100 to 0ing heroes in the mid game. This lineup, as sort of crazy as you could try and look at it with potential item builds, there just isn't quite that this time around. It's a much more traditional game of Dota that they are going to have to play, and that's not going to be easy whilst they're behind.
Certainly not. It's just tough. You don't have map control. So you're smoking out to your own safe lane. You're just trying to get a kill. Will they have it?
Well, they won't. And now, I got to be a little careful here with Toronto Tokyo. As he's jumping out to the side, they're going to be chasing. As Night falls in onto Maposhka, Balance strike down onto the 2 of them. They're locking down with a frostbite. They'll get him. Toronto Tokyo's got Maposhka as well. As this one, it's... As you said, game 1 was also kind of pretty rough coming out of the laning stage. It's just, this one's sort of on another level. It is a 13-minute Desolator done on the Monkey King.
Thing is, in the previous game, Team Spirit, they were just buying time because they had a Death Star under construction. In this game, I don't know. They've recruited the Ewoks, but I don't think they're going to be able to come up with something of a sufficient power level to rebalance the galaxy. This is just rough, and they're gonna get ran at. I mean, there's so many stuns. There's a Deso on the Monkey King. I'm lost for a method of them just doing really anything here.
It's definitely tough. Battle Fury on Nightfall. be able to get his BKB done. Interestingly enough, looks like he will still go for the Deso himself. I mean, of course, he is a PA, but always the wonder of, you know, whether they favor it that much, that they want to be getting two of them on a lineup. You know, it's not something that you see all the time, but obviously still has its strengths. As bottom, another catch. As this time around, this game, Toronto-Tokyo, he may have done a good job of being very elusive on the puck in that first game of the series, but this game, 0-4 and 0.
Oh, yeah.
They're kind of catching him every time.
I mean, there's just nothing you can do. Ursa's taking all of the safe farm. Centaur is being avoided by the Virtus Pro lineup. They are just hunting this Void Spirit with reckless abandon. And yeah, it's the Spirit lineup. They just can't really do anything. They need this blink on Centaur. He went for Vanguard first, which typically I don't have a problem with, but he's not really able to make space for his team. He's not taking, not really pushing the envelope, and nor can he. Because if he's like hitting this tier 2 as an example and he gets stunned, he's just going to die no matter how much.
Thanks will come later, when you least expect it.
The blink is up though, so should be able to, in theory, find some kills.
Okay.
Play with the Ursa.
I mean, it is. Oh yeah, they're going to try that top. They're going to jump on stage. They've got the burst.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Same time mid though.
Oh no, not again.
He's got to be so careful. DM is. If he was close enough to get that catch after the steps, that would have been that concern of being dropped out. But Arena was still on cooldown. 10 seconds until it's back up. DM.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Same deal. They want to 4 outposts. Give you that 20-minute
kind of you.
Yeah, just will time out now for Yutoro. So I'll see VP try and step up even more now.
Radiant's
they are
bottom
going to have
tower
this
is
window
under
where they're still
attack.
very strong against this Ursa that isn't quite fully prepared to turn up and fight back.
I like that ward. Making the best of a bad situation, really. What map control you can.
Time's on DM.
Nice.
And they've got it.
All right.
Good move there. I mean, as you said, that ward getting a lot done. As I guess DM, well, he did sort of show his face as well, but just giving the information Spirit needed to know that that wasn't a bait.
Yep.
That the DM was
Radiant's
purely
bottom
alone.
tower is under
That's
attack.
something you'll see Enigma do really well. A lot of teams kind of get stuck in the habits of warding as if they were ahead. But if you watch Kuro, there'll be games where his team is pretty much getting dumpstered, but he'll have great vision on his side of the map, and they'll engineer their moves to be made in response.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
All done by Spirit. You
Radiant
just said, although I think he was a little slow on the Yules. Nightfall. Hello.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And goodbye.
My thanks will come later, when you least expect
Whereas
it.
now, so
Dire are
those sort of
scanning. This'll
plays
come in handy.
from the two of them in the collapse are going to be a lot cleaner.
Dire's
Question
top
whether
tower
VP is going to give them the
under attack.
opportunities. As VP,
Radiant's bottom tower
the full
is under
5 of them
attack.
down here, taking quick tier
Radiant's
2s here,
bottom tower
pre-18
has
minutes,
fallen.
and pretty much having the money for the BKB to be done on the Monkey King. We
Radiant's
do see as
middle
well,
tower
okay,
is under
Nightfall,
attack.
he isn't going to end up
Dire's
picking up
top
the death, so I
tower
mean,
has fallen.
we do have the death on the Monkey King. BKB is just be much more powerful, allowing him to get in there. Him and GPK on the front lines, they're going to have nothing. The Ursa's going to try and turn. Maybe he has a chance of beating into GPK, but he gets the ult out. He's going to have boosted armor, and of course the PA constantly with that evasion is going to make it very unlikely that Spirit have the physical focus to take these corps down.
Radiant's
I think
middle
the
tower
timing
is
is-
under attack.
You'll have a BKB around this time anyway, but you just never need double deso.
No,
I would have.
it would have been weird.
I think an Ags could have been a possibility.
He's going bad for it though. He's going bad. I feel like, but as you say, do you really need the double death? Is it not more valuable for Nightfall to just get the bash in there?
I would say yeah, Basher or Ags. I actually think Ags is quite nice in a game like this where you're.
Yeah, we
effectively
saw
trying to blow
Matthew
up
have a
the
great game with
Yeah.
it the other day. Yeah.
John not available. The Radiant Heroes trying.
It's collapsed there. They've got to let him go here. Spear off the mark. And it might actually matter as they're able to pop the Stampede and they get it onto DM. They're moving over the Ursa, trying to bring DM down. DM's going to live though. He's out the side. They will manage to jump forward and finish him off there. A buyback comes out from Mira. As VP, they're trying to chase them as the grip's coming from Nightfall. The power strike comes crashing out from GPK as it's a triple kill, ultra kill from the Monkey King.
Dude, okay, he is so good on this Monkey King.
When you least expect it. A loss so small.
A regular Wayne Gretzky with the angles. Like recognizing where the bounces will go, hopping to the left, double stuns galore. Again, similar to what he did.
Going down mid.
William, time for the rampage. Oh, Nightfall.
That would, yeah, I think you're right. That would have actually been the rampage. That would have been within time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But here we have it again. I mean, it looks like a bit of a mess designer. DM whiffs the combo, gives this opportunity for things to turn around. But I guess in reality, this worked out for VP because certainly Spirit, they were given that false sense of, hang on, we can maybe try and take this fight.
The problem is they don't have like real damage. You can even see like Ursa Blink Battle Fury. You're not strong enough, kid. You can kill a Mars, sure, but he was half HP and pow. And then the shackle.
No, GPK's feeling there. I mean, he knows this sort of game. I mean, it does just go to show. I mean, obviously, him getting the hero is one thing, but setting him up a lane where you know you're not going to have a good time against this Monkey King. As we really just seen Toronto taking on the Void Spirit. He struggled. It was not a fun matchup to play Void Spirit into the Monkey King. And you're doing that against GPK, he's just going to do the world with that sort of lead that he gets.
That reminds me, I can't remember the game. I think it was Nigma had first two'd Weeha TA into a puck first two. The puck still went mid. The puck got obliterated. And everyone questioned, you had to see that coming. What are we doing here? And it's the same story. You can't. I mean, GPK Monkey King is strong enough. Then you give him a free matchup. It's like, well, how do you expect to win a game?
I mean, that's the thing as well. Do you sort of necessarily look at the other heroes of Spirit and think to yourself, oh, okay, that's what they were going for, knowing that this Monkey King was going to have a good start. They've got good ways to kill him, or do you not really find that?
I think, again, maybe you just can't do it, but if the Void Spirit goes offlane, and the Centaur is some other hero that just gives them some kind of power level. I mean, I was hoping for a Viper. You would have had break mechanic against the Monkey. Like, give something that shifts the balance of power. Because right now, when you lose 3 lanes like this against VP, there's no spike where you feel comfortable or confident. They got Aegis. They snuck an Aegis and still didn't cross the river. And now it's just going to get even harder. He'll have Abyssal soon. He'll have Aegis. She's on GPK.
To mid. Damn, he's already starting the fight off. He's got the arena down. He's having a lockdown collapse. They're moving on to the Centaur collapse. He cannot escape this. He can catch anything else. Mirror out with the TP. The rest of Spirit will make it away, but still. The Centaur down. VP can continue to control the map completely. And Maposh just walked into this.
He blinked. Enough time to take him out. Yeah, he. 720, but in the previous game, it felt like there was a path back for Spirit. This is just VP twisting the knife. Certainly upset they dropped their first map of this DPC, making a statement. You got us one time, kid, but not again.
I mean, because you got to imagine what for VP as a squad, they'll probably be having quite serious talks after that game 1 run.
Oh yeah, you can even see it by their faces when we swap to the cams. GPK's having fun, but everybody else very serious, stone face. This is not a squad that likes to lose.
Quite able to get that angle here.
I also do believe that until this map, I think there might have been a team in Neon Disrupted Game. They were, I believe, the only undefeated on maps as well team left in the DPC.
Oh, they've lost that now.
And that is no longer their sole.
That is, you say, a team like VP, that's something that they care about. That's sort of just clean sheet.
Oh, I mean, going back to, again, that legendary squad. Remember that summit they won by not repeating heroes the entire event? Same mentality. Like VP, the demise of that original roster, didn't really have that same luster until they promoted the old Prodigy stack to their main, and it does feel like they're back. As is Navi, though. CIS stronger now than it's been.
Well, for sure, definitely. Yeah, at least the top two. Incredibly
Damn it,
strong.
I almost said,
Beast Coast.
I thought Beast Coast did drop the map, but I suppose I'm incorrect. Whoever is doing stats, can't you just let me have that one? Why you go on camera in front of everybody? Just gonna tell him how I'm wrong?
What do you mean? He's...
Oh my god.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Excellent.
Can't get
Radiant are scared.
the Scotty soon. This is again different game. VP, yeah, they've got a lead. They're gonna continue to grow it, but you notice their net worth is continuing to expand. It was not the same the previous game where it's
but Kyle, last game.
but
The E-Blaze, get the veil. Let's try it again, he says. Let's go. Let's get the burst online. It worked last game.
they have an Ursa.
E-Blade Ursa. Let's go. He's an Agi hero. It works. Anything can work here. But at least E-Blade on the Void Spirit. Toronto Tokyo saying this is how we did it. We deleted heroes. We have burst. We were able to just take someone out of the fight straight away.
Good luck to you. Collapses are in danger. Will they fuck? Whoa. Nice blink. VP hunting. Missile on the way to our Phantom Assassin. All of Team Spirit stuck inside the base. They do have a BK. I love this from Toro. Look at what's queued up.
They're in Yatoro. Gonna try and turn over to one save, but now he's outside the base. He does have the BKB and the rage to alive, but he's been stunned. He's straight into the tree, then burst him down before he can get either of them off. Is actually Toro gone? He's down without buyback.
Is under attack. Radiant structures
We'll see
are
it
fortified.
again here. The quick kills straight off the bat, and then this play here. Yatoro, BKB and Rage, he just doesn't get the chance. That spear coming in off the back of the Yules leaves no opportunity to get either of those potential moves out of the Ursa.
One of my favorite. I mean, I'm surprised we don't see more Mars lane and teams just not willing to first to it in comparison to some of these other offlaners. You have one of the few, I don't know what the term would be, perfect stuns, unstoppable stuns, you know, immune to opposing magic spells, what have you, because the perfect Yules into Spear, you can't BKB, you can't phase shift, there's nothing you can do, you are just dead. And you can see that used to great effect there against BKB Ursa, but before he died, I was going to say Yatoro, he had that rapier queued up. I don't think he's going to get it, but it's the right idea, because you need it. It's True Strike.
You got to jump and kill someone. You're not doing that with any other item in this game.
Nope. Yules up on to save. Also with the gem. Tranquil Boots. I'd love to say it's still anybody's game, but this really just feels like VP playing with their food.
Is under attack.
Sweeping the map, trying to find anybody that they can. Collapse. Be careful. Will they cancel the flip? They find him? Toronto Tokyo.
They found him. And they've got him. Relentless there with their hunt into the trees, VP.
Hey, but he's on the board. I'd rather 1 and 6 comparison to 0-4. Started off even worse. And it's unfortunate, this is just kind of the state of the game at the moment. All you can really do if you're Team Spirit, when this game ends, you go say, okay, what do we gotta swap around for game 3? Lanes. 2 games in a row now. You've lost 6 out of 6 lanes. That can't happen at this level.
What do we have? Spirit trying to come out, but Save is going to be able to set things up onto Collapse with the shackle. As Essential,
He's just stunned.
has no chance.
Radiant's top
Can't
tower
get a
is
spell
under
off.
attack.
VP June taking the
Radiant's
towers
top tower has
24-7, 20,000 gold lead. All outer towers gone. They're ready to start approaching the high ground. And Spirit, last time round, it's Certainly a rough one. A buyback will come out from Collapse. VP will give it some respect here. Toro. Progress being made on that rapier.
Doubts are scanning.
Demon Edge picked up. A little bit of a way to go.
Radiant are
See
scanning.
as well. Onto Tokyo complete his E-Blade. He's got his item done now on the Void Spirit.
Okay. I believe my question is, will this be used offensively in this game?
I think it's going to be defensive, right? But then at the same time, what we saw, Nightfall, he pretty much had a nullifier, didn't he? He's close to having the goal for it.
Oh.
So suddenly, if it is going to be used defensively, it's not going to do a whole lot.
This'll
Iron
come
Sword with the PA. Orcs with the Ghost Scepter, but again, the nullifier is going to come out. Ghost Scepter on the Rubik too? No! They think they're safe. Not going to be safe, Owen.
They're gonna smoke up with the Sea Blade. Maybe see if they can get an opportunity to use it offensively. So VP not in positions that's going to leave them vulnerable at all.
I appreciate Toro trying to keep spirits high, constantly playing the symbols, but I do believe a rendition of Haps would be more appropriate. As this Radiant side leaves their base for the first time in a while, DM is waiting in the wings, has his BKB available as well. And yeah, they don't have the gun. They killed the ward, but it's like, I don't know, guys. Do we really want to do this? And VP across the map asking the same question. Do you really want to do this? And they say no. We like our bait. It's warm here.
Chill out for this next rush. It's about to be up, and this is going to be the third one. Let's see if they get themselves lucky with the Ags, or it's going to be, it's going to be a Refresher Shard. I mean, I guess they've got some nice heroes to utilize that. GPK for 2 rounds, the Wukongs, DM for 2 rounds, the Arena. Of course, this will be an easy rush. Easy rush for VP.
Tokyo, he's got 2 salves in his inventory. He's prepared. There'll be an Oracle ult. He salves, he earns, he saves. However, the fact that he's the mid player and it's 32 minutes in the game is a little concerning, but he will camp this ward. He's ready.
I mean, is he though? He's got to be careful if they...
He's no longer ready.
Yeah. He's got to run.
Back to the base.
VP. Spirit, man, better stay up there on the high ground.
Interesting is that Nightfall, he went for all the defensive talents. Phantom Rage, Cast, Health, Blur Evasion. Don't need more corruption, so just stay alive.
Using that E-Blade offensively onto Nightfall, trying to slow down the opportunities he has to attack.
Still got Glyph.
Radiant
Conks
structures
down.
are fortified.
Space made for Yatoro. He's gonna have the rapier.
Radiant's middle
has he got
tower
it?
is under
It's
attack.
100 gold.
Radiant's middle tower
more camp.
has fallen.
I mean,
He's on the ward, though. Oh, no.
He's got it. Right.
Get out. Get out.
Okay, rapier
Radiant's
online.
middle
Let's go.
barracks are under attack.
They could turn around the first game. This one definitely on another level.
24,000 gold.
I mean, Yatoro, he did pull out some insane work. And there was a GPK. Can they pass him a time? They can. GPK's gone. Yatoro turns on the wall. Nightfall, he's taken him down. Nightfall, he's up to the side. He's away. But they took GPK down. That's the Monkey King gone from the push. And now Yatoro is looking towards Kingslayer. And they'll get him. 2 kills off the back of a successful defense here from Spirit. Can Yatoro do it? He picked up the rapier last game on the morph, and he put in the work. This time round, it's definitely You know, the difficulty level has been notched up quite a bit, but maybe Yatoro can do it again here.
This is, you know, he's effectively changed this game. We're not playing Dota anymore. We're playing Dark Souls on the hardest difficulty.
Oh, yeah. Dark Souls, sort of one-handed, blindfolded. That's what this is for Yatoro now.
You die once, this game is done for. There's no respawn.
Playing on a console, you know, with bicycle power as well, you know, and without a TV plugged in. That's what he's doing here.
Hey, he can use the force.
Can he do it?
Has the quiver. The burst damage is making out, but is not.
Big. It is big.
And I like that they're playing to win. Like, they're not giving up. They ceded advantage after advantage, but they have something that activates the Oracle. Suddenly, this Ursa, like, he represents enough damage to put some fear into VP. It's not just over.
Michael's got a DD.
Oh, no.
He's got a DD rune. He's coming in. He's over. He's looking for Maposhka, but Maposhka, he's trying to run. He's still alive in Maposhka. They turn with the E-Blade onto Nightfall. Nightfall will get the kill. They also catch collapse in the arena. It's the best interest of the rest of Spirit to get out of there. Mira's trying to get out Yatoro and Toronto Tokyo.
Oh, no, no buyback on either player. In fact, VP will know they have no buyback because they use them if someone's keeping timers. Do they just go throne here?
I think they might. Or, I mean, they can play it safe and just go for the Megas if they want.
Yeah, they got Wukongs.
As we see at the moment, not returning to the base quite yet. Wukongs is down. DM.
No glyph.
VP. Will by as we get the Megas. They're going to get kills as well.
Oh, no.
Jump over towards Mira. Mira does have buyback. These racks are going down. It's VP. Megas are out.
It's all right. Okay. So what is this? What does this do to the difficulty now for Yatoro?
This is hard.
How does it get harder?
Yeah, he's got a program Dark Souls as well. But now, the final start, he's going to jump over the back line. Yatoro, he's on the GPK, but GPK forces the start. Yatoro turns attention over towards Nightfall. The flash is there. Can they bring down Nightfall? Nightfall's going to go down the ward. Yatoro gets the kill. He's trying to back away, but the battle strikes out. Yatoro's in a whole world of trouble, and he will go down. As Yatoro falls, he's out for 90, and they know it's over. GG is called. This time round, GPK and the boys coming in at full force. Smiles out at the end there. GPK, you definitely enjoyed that game, GPK. That was a cozy Monkey King game indeed. 11-1-11, he ends it. And VP in this game too, I mean, definitely coming in with the sort of force of a hit I think that they expected to be able to deal against Spirit.